this is the story of the man who never was. When I was a police officer over in England, we had a call of a burglary in progress, and that's in the British police force is a really good call, because if you can arrest a burglar in the act of the burglary, it's a really good arrest, and you get a good report from your inspector and your sergeant. And so we rushed over. It was in Liverpool, England, in the city centre, and as you say, the downtown in America. And we got there, and it was a large building with, I think, 4 floors or maybe 5 floors, and the building was being refurbished, and so all the builders' gear was there. And we looked up into the windows, and there you could see through the window a man, obviously the burglar. So we got all excited, and we posted men on the 4 corners of the building, and the rest of us rushed inside and found no one. The place was empty. We searched every room, every nook and cranny, the roof, and we did not find the man. And so, of course, there was a bit of a joking and laughing, and the man who never was, oh, was it a ghost? Are you sure you really saw that man there? Well, we did see the man, but we never found him. So all that was left was an empty building. And now there was a famous English author who compared a man's life to putting your hand in a bucket of water and then lifting it out, and what was the effect on the water in the bucket? Well, there'd be a few ripples and a splash maybe, but then after a short while the water would just go back onto the place it was. It'd be calm and flat, and nothing will have changed. And now in the Bible speaks of the same thing in the book of Yaakov. Some people call it the book of James, and the book says this: "So come now, those who say, today or tomorrow we will go to such and such a town and spend a year there and engage in business and make a profit." Now, it's just saying that you'll go about your normal life. That's all he's saying here. You'll go about your normal life. And yet he says next, "Yet you do not know what your life will be like tomorrow. What is your life? For you are a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes." That life is like a vapor or a mist that just lifts up and then vanishes. What a sad thing. So are we like the burglar? When we leave this life, we'll just leave an empty house or an empty building that is being refurbed and never finished? Or are we going to leave something more important? So in the Bible, the Messiah says in Matthew 6, he says, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys and where thieves do not break in or steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Now, how do we store up things in heaven from this life? Well, it's all the good deeds that we do on behalf of God in this life that will go before us into the next life. And then we go to Matthew 13:44. "And the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in the field, which a man found and hid. And because of his joy, he goes out and sells all that he has and buys that field." That's an interesting concept. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant searching for fine pearls. Upon finding a pearl of great value, he went out and sold all that he had and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a dragnet that was cast into the sea, gathering things of every kind. When it was filled, they pulled it ashore, and they sat down, and they gathered up all the good into containers, but threw the bad away. So it will be at the end of the age. The angels will come forth and separate the wicked from among the righteous, and throw them into the fiery furnace. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So, what do we do in this life? We should only think about works that are making fruit and building up treasure in the kingdom of God, and not the things of this world. 1 John 2. So, do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the desire of the flesh, the desire of the eyes, and the boasting of life is not from the Father, but from this world. The world is passing away along with its desire, but the one who does the will of God abides forever. One who does the will of God abides forever. So in this life we should do the will of God, which is to worship him in spirit and truth. We should do good works, good deeds in this world, and we should do our best to proclaim and expand the kingdom of God in this fallen world.